Good morning, warriors. Welcome to the U movement. I am B. And full moon energy is in full swing. I hope you guys are all keeping grounded as this energy is quite intense. I have been experiencing since last night some heart chakra activations, otherwise known as a heart chakra opening or heart chakra expansion. And if you picture in your mind's eye your spine from the inside, as if you were looking from head on, and along your spine you have points. So right behind your heart into the spine, you have a point that comes off of the spine and then expands outwards in a vortex of energy. So a spiraling energy center that goes bigger, 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 bigger. And what happens in this awakening process is the power and the energy behind that it expands. It gets bigger, and that increases our capacity to love, to have compassion, and all of these energies. Somebody once said to me, I think my heart chakra is shut down, and I was like, well, that would be terrible. You'd want to have that reactivated. So doing some heart chakra work, and I do have a heart chakra video that I highly recommend that you go watch if you haven't watched that yet. It is in my chakra playlist. But I wanted to talk specifically about heart chakra expansions or openings because if you're not got a lot of energy in your heart chakra, you're going to, be low in energies of self-compassion as well as compassion for others, low in energies of love for self and love for others. It's going to be a slow-moving energetic vortex that's not very kind or caring out there in the world, where if you have too much, way too much, it can overcompensate for lower chakras that are out of imbalance. And I have mentioned many times that your chakra system is like a game of Jenga, and if the bottom three chakras are out of alignment, the top chakras are going to be not functioning in exactly the way that you want. And what you want is each of your chakras, each of the 7 chakras here, to be all flowing energetically, kind of at the same vibration in each one. And not, I don't mean frequency, but I mean you don't want your root chakra in excess energy and then your sacral in depleted energy. And that's what happens a lot of the time when you have imbalances in your chakra system. Is I call it the sausage effect. Because where there is a depletion in one, like where the sausage gets twisted, the next will be abundance. So oftentimes people who, like myself, had a lot of trauma will have a root chakra that's very depleted in energy. You'll have a sacral, which is your emotional center, which is an overabundance, and then you'll have a depleted sense of self and self-esteem, and then you'll have an overabundance of heart chakra. So you'll be in that empath energy of just way too much and moving outwards into the world, and then a depleted throat chakra. So you can see it goes like a sausage effect all the way up, and the energies aren't going to be flowing and moving through you the way that they should. And so on this awakening path, as I've mentioned, the Kundalini comes in and it clears out any blockages that aren't working in your highest and greatest good, so that those energies can be untwisted, and the root can be expressing out as much grounding, which means then there's a depletion in energy in the sacral, which brings it back into balance. So you're no longer over emotional, ungrounded, over emotional, low self-worth, overcompensating with people pleasing, and fawning by not saying anything. So That's kind of what my energetic system would have looked like. And if you were in opposite energies of being like, oh, an abundance of root chakra, of, oh, look at my material wealth, I'm so grounded, I'm so overcompensating in the root area, I've got no connection to my emotions, I've shut those things down, and oh, my sense of self is like overcompensating, and I think I'm all that, and I have no empathy for other people whatsoever. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. And I talk you know, a lot of crap about things. So you can see how that sausage effect plays out differently. And basically what I just described is an empath and narcissistic energy, and how they develop differently through the chakra system. And when we are going through this awakening path, this twin flame journey, or Kundalini experience, what happens is the energies are being pulled back into balance. So where was an excess of energy is now coming back down to normality, or what should be, and where was depleted energy is now coming up to balance, so that all the energetic systems are functioning as they should. So the root has you grounded, feeling safe and secure and stable, and I can have my emotions and express my emotions. I don't need to hold those emotions in. I don't need to drink them down and repress them with antidepressants or anti-anxieties, because, you know, I'm feeling safe. It's a natural flow of emotions that's expressing itself. I have a sense of self-worth, self-value, self-confidence. I can be me. I can be have a sense of autonomy in this world, and I can also show up in a loving and kind and compassionate energy. And so when the heart chakra is being worked on by the Kundalini energy, or in your awakening, what can happen, really can happen on any of your chakras, is you experience first physical pains, physical sensation. And so this morning I woke up with like a real tightness in my chest, like a compressed feeling of like an elephant sitting on it or something like that. And it's tightness. Now, I know it's not me having a heart attack or anything like that, because I've been through on this journey now for a good number of years. And I did at one point have such severe chest pains that I did go to emergency and was put on heart monitors, and was given chest x-rays and everything else. And they're like, your heart's fine. And I was like, okay. Now that I know that, and I can refer to that, I don't panic as much as I did in the past. So when you're having clearing or expansions or openings in any of your chakras, be aware that you might experience physical sensations and symptoms and discomfort. And heart is particularly, can be a lot of discomfort, because what is happening is, you know, as that energy is clearing out karma, clearing out misbeliefs about self, clearing out pains and hurts and heartbreaks and grief, and maybe anger is coming up in your heart. For me, it's usually sadness is the flavor that when I'm dealing with heart stuff, as opposed to anger. But anger could very well be present, depending on, you know, what experiences you've had in this life that you're carrying with you. You know, if your heart is purging out the release of somebody who betrayed you, or somebody who, you know, cheated on you, you might be like, you fucker, you know, angry as these emotions are coming up. And so what can you do when you're sitting in this chest pain and emotions are coming up? Well, first thing I did last night, as I was it was starting to come on, and I was like, okay, what are we doing? Is I picked up a pen and paper and did some journal work to identify what was clearing, what was coming out, and what was coming out for me was a lot of beliefs of and fears around ever being loved, and that stems from childhood, you know. And so along this awakening path, one of my greatest fears is, you know, nobody will ever love me, and because I was told that. So that's where that fear comes from. You know, you're unlovable, no one will ever love you, and that was said to me and programmed into me and caused me a lot of PTSD and a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. And that belief throughout my life is why I held on to situations that weren't good situations for me, because I was terrified that I'd be alone, that nobody will ever love me. And so on this awakening path, I've had to face this fear time and time again, because healing is a spiral. So you keep revisiting the same thing over and over again. You keep revisiting it, and or you can describe it as an onion. You keep peeling more layers. So I'm like, oh, we're at this one again, right? So I did some journal work and have come to a place where I'm like, you know, that's entirely possible. I'm going to just allow the room for that possibility. And if that's what the future holds for me, then so be it. You know, I will learn to deal with that like I've learned to deal with everything else. I'm going to dispel this fear and look at the worst case scenario and say, you know, if I spend the rest of my life alone as a Buddhist monk, so be it. You know, that I still can live a very happy, healthy life, and I have love in other forms that come into me. So it was kind of like having a little bit of a debate with this shadowy aspect of self that was trying to convince me that I should be distraught. And I was like, yeah, I'm just done with that. I'm just done getting distraught over worrying about something that I can't necessarily predict. Is it possible? Yeah, okay, it's possible. Is it probable? Probably unlikely that is the probable outcome of this whole awakening journey. But, you know, I'm going to just sit in it. I'm just going to be in it, and I'm just going to witness it, and I'm just going to comfort that wounded aspect of self that believes that this unlovability is a program that will stay with me because I'm different, I'm weird, I'm whatever. I'm not going to alter myself any longer. You know, I spent my life watering myself down so that I would, because this one particular program was at play over and over and over again, trying to make myself desirable and lovable for others, and that, well, got me a world of hurt. So I'm not going to do that anymore, and so I'm now going to just clear out and transmute this and purge. So what's happening now is the purge, the transmutation of this belief. And I'm delighted for that. So even though it's coming with pain, discomfort, emotions, all kinds of things coming up, I know, because I've been through this process so many times now, that what is happening is for my highest and greatest good. And the thing to do is to not run from it. It's to not, it's to be with it. It's to observe it. It's to not buy into it. It's just to allow it to flow and to come up and to release. And so that's what's happening when our heart chakra is expanding, or any of our chakras are going through an expansion process, is a releasing, a purging, a transmutation, an alchemizing of an old consciousness, an old way of thinking. So each of our chakras has their own consciousness, and this heart chakra consciousness is saying, no, I'm going to expand outwards, and I'm going to love even more. I'm not going to allow this fear to be restricting this energy anymore. I'm going to open myself. And so what I've been doing since this morning is heart chakra breathing meditations, wherein and so I would like you to join me now if you're having some heart chakra stuff coming up, or any chakra. If you have a particular area that's causing you a little bit discomfort, place your hands on there. So our hands are natural healing centers. We have chakras in our hands and chakras on each of the fingers. So you have the capacity, and that's why why when you have a child, you touch them. What do you do when you have a child that's wounded? Is you go, oh, you've got a sore knee, here, mama will hold that. Or when you have an infant that's crying, you touch them, you hold them, because you have the natural ability to heal. We all do. Where Reiki masters or practitioners or therapeutic touch people may have gone through an initiation process to have an attunement to certain types of bringing in. Everyone can tap into the energy that is and help heal. That's what we do through hugs. That's what we do through touch. So do it for you. And so in placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your sacral, because if emotions are coming up, that's your emotional center, so just underneath your belly button. And taking let's do three really deep expansion breaths. And so expansion breaths are like filling yourself up with air, going as far into your belly. So filling your belly, filling your diaphragm, filling your chest, specifically your chest. If it's the heart chakra you're working on, you want to feel those lungs expand out with the slowest, longest, deepest breath that you can do. So we're taking in as much air as humanly possible. And then we're going to do the opposite, which is to release all that energy with the slowest, longest, most releasing breath. So like literally squeeze, get everything out, like squeeze your stomach muscles to like as if you're pushing all of the air up out of you, out of your stomach, out of your diaphragm, out of your lungs. So it doesn't matter how long a breath works for you. Maybe a count of 5 to start is a good place to start. Maybe a count of 8, maybe a count of 20. It doesn't matter. I've been doing this for a while, so my breath tends to be really long and slow, so I'm not going to count through it. I'm going to let you do your own breaths. So let's do 3 of those breaths now. So sitting up tall, or lying down, as long as your back is straight, because you want to help assist that energy, because as I said, each of these chakras connects in to your spine, which is why your spine needs to be in excellent health and straightness. So if sitting up is uncomfortable, if you have low back pain or anything like that, just lie down comfortably with your knees bent, and placing one hand on your heart, one hand on just under your belly button. And here we go. Three very big breaths. So there you go. That's just a bite-sized sample of what you could do. Do that for 5 minutes, do that for half an hour, do that for an hour. If you want to get outside while you do it, so you're grounding, if you want to utilize some heart chakra mantras. Meditative Mind is got fantastic mantras you could use, or you could use solfeggio frequencies to help bring in and that radiate at that energy that you're working with. Whatever is going to work for you. You want to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And while you're going through that, is just allowing the experience. It's observing what is coming up. If you need to have internal dialogue to reassure yourself, because the mind might start panicking and, you know, I don't want to feel these feelings, this is uncomfortable, your inner critic might start saying things that you need to soothe and comfort. So that's an opportunity to reparent and use your own mantra of everything is going to be okay. Feel it's okay to feel. You're alchemizing old stuff. This is the process. You are safe. Everything's going to be okay. Any of these types of things, anything soothing, relaxing, comforting, to allow yourself to get through it. Because if you allow yourself the opportunity to feel the feelings and to just sit in them and experience them, then what is happening is you're clearing them. So that's today's little tidbit of information to assist you in any chakra opening or activation or expansion that you might be experiencing. If you have questions about anything that is coming up, any things that you're experiencing on the physical, on the mental, on the emotional, on the spiritual realms, you know, feel free to drop a comment, ask a question, book a one-on-one if it's incredibly intense and you would like to discuss some stuff that has been coming up for you. If you need more help, please do check out that chakra playlist that I mentioned to you, so that you can understand the root cause of diseases. And when I say diseases, I mean dis-eases. So not ease, not peace, not comfort in the physical form, as well as the emotional stuff that comes out. Check out that playlist. I have a lot of chakra videos, and there's a series of 7 in there that offer a lot of little tips and tools at the end, half hour of everyone, that you can try to help shift out and clear out whatever's coming up for you, whether it's a worry about your lovability, or your worry about your value or your worth, or you're worrying about the emotions that you're processing through on this awakening journey. It all has to come out. It all has to clear out, and each time it does, we increase our consciousness, is what's happening. So as each chakra's consciousness expands into a greater level of awareness, we have a greater capacity for love. We have a greater capacity for compassion and for goodwill towards others. We start to see things, and so this happens in stages. It can't all happen all at once. That would be too dramatic. So it happens in stages, or in cycles, or, you know, in layers, however you want to visualize that for yourself. And each of these releases is bringing us closer and closer into a higher level of enlightenment, and so that light inside of us can shine out even brighter than before. So thank you very much for joining me today in my heart expansion, and I'm sending you all of my love and support. Thank you for the likes, shares, subscriptions. All of those means the world to my heart. It really, really does. Warms the heart. And that said, peace out.